So this is gonna be a short video, maybe a weird one. I don't know. I just saw some stuff and I wanted to talk about it. So Doom: The Dark Ages just literally just came out as of the recording of this video, and it had kind of a rough start. People are saying good things about the game. I haven't played it yet. I haven't checked it out yet. But I saw the situation that kind of pissed me off, which was I saw a video by Charlie from Voice Critical talking about how his experience with the game was kind of shit at the start, because there were a lot of crashes and a lot of people were experiencing that. So many crashes and the game was basically unplayable, like so many breaking stuff and crashing repeatedly. The issue was the version of the graphics card drivers that people were using. So if you use a specific version, it will crash the game, and like basically upon launch or in the first minutes of the game. Biggest issue was that the version of the graphics driver that was faulty was the latest one. And I guess so far it's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's okay. Sometimes games have like issues on launch and everything. It happens and they patch it. But the biggest issue was that when you open the game like the first time, you get a message that says, oh, you should update your graphics cards driver so you could play the game better and it looks better and everything. And then there's a yes or no. Then you click yes, and then they send you to a link where you can get the update. Or if you click no, it just boots up the game. So if you click no, you can just play the game normally, no crashes, not anything. And if you click yes and then update your drivers, you would get the crashes and stuff. And like I said, that is a problem. Yes, that is a problem. That is bad. A game should not have that kind of problem when it launches, especially if it's a full release. And also, hello and welcome to another episode of Moth complains about video games being released overpriced, unfinished, and unpolished, and nobody doing anything to stop that. We talk about this every single time on the channel. But the biggest issue here was that a lot of streamers were streaming it on release day. They had those crashes because they clicked the yes button and updated their drivers, because of course you would. And people were blaming them for not having the game run. Like, what the hell? In my opinion, the biggest problem nowadays is that gaming companies are like AAA companies are doing like less and less in the sense of giving us like broken stuff and unfinished and like the bare minimum and stuff. I've been coming to the realization that maybe the biggest problem is that people defend it when they shouldn't, when they don't, like, there's no profit for them, there's no reason for people to defend it, and still we have like basically people simping for big companies that don't care about them. Dude, that really pisses me off, because they were like actually fighting Charlie in the comments and in the chat of the stream, telling him he was stupid and it was his fault, when obviously it wasn't. It's just, and I think this is one of the biggest issues that we have right now. Not only that the companies are feeling that they don't have to give us a quality product, but that there's so many people that are like enabling the companies to do so. When you feel like you have no right to complain about the things that you pay for. Not only that the companies are just feel like they don't have to give us anything like related to quality or quality product, and they can still charge us like stupid amounts of money, and now even not letting us own the games, which is something that I might talk about in the future with Nintendo and stuff, which is a whole nother bag of beans. But focusing on this issue, I think what makes this issue even bigger is the fact that people enable it. Like, so many people on the internet simping for these companies, white knighting for a AAA multi-millionaire company that does not care about you. They do not care about us. And it's not your defending their issues, their errors, and pandering to them that's gonna make them stop and think,
wow, these people are so loyal to us. Maybe next time we should do better and make a better game and worry more about the player's experience.
They don't care. Why are you defending them? That's like, I just cannot understand that. Not only that, but why are you fighting people that are giving feedback to games? That is insane. I've had some conversation in my comments when people were like angry at me for criticizing a game that I bought with my money and I reviewed, and I have the right to complain about it because I paid money for it. You know, and also I will not destroy an entire company's reputation just because my personal opinion is that their game was not 10 out of 10. You know, so why are you fighting me in the comments, and why are you not like worrying about having a better game and doing something better and like actually improving the problem? Instead of being angry at me for complaining about the game, why don't you push the companies to make a better game so people won't complain about it? You know, that's my point. In my Coast this video, we had so many interesting discussions and so many not that interesting and really aggressive discussions as well in the comments. where a lot of people were complaining that why do you buy early access if you know that the game's going to be broken and they're going to fix it in the future? Why don't just wait for it to buy the full release and stuff? And that is a valid opinion. Like, there are a lot of games that I would love to play that are early access right now that I don't feel like buying it right now. I'd rather have the full game, like the full release, and wait for it, and it's fine. So yeah, valid point. If you don't want to buy an early access game, just don't buy it. It's fine. But there are a lot of people fighting, not only me, but the other people in my comments, saying that we were wrong for complaining that the early access game was not working. This also ties into the Inzoi video that I'm working on, that I'm just gonna come out very soon, that Inzoi also was like a fiasco, and it's related to early access and stuff. I don't think people understand the concept of early access very well, and that kind of defeats the purpose. Anyway, tangents. What I wanted to say is, so many people in my Zoocosis video were upset because the players were upset that the game wasn't working, and they were like, well, why did you buy it then? Why didn't you just wait for someone else to buy it and write a review so you would realize if you wanted to buy it or not? If I buy a video game, even if it's an early access one, I want to at least be able to like run the game, like boot up the game and play it, and then take my own conclusions and know if the game is good, if I like it, if I don't. I'm just gonna read to you one of the comments that I've had in my Zoocosis video just to illustrate the situation. There are many like this. This one kind of sums it up very well, of the kind of discussion that I see that I really don't like. So why do you buy them? If you already got the message, if you already know the game will become a broken mess to be fixed over 4 years, why do you keep buying? I'm gonna be harshly honest here. At this point, it's on the player. Gamers already know better than to wait for journalists and reviewers to expose how the game is before buying it. I'm sorry, my cat today. This is literally their job to be the lab rat for us. Since No Man's Sky 2016, no one should pre-purchase a game or buy the game on day one. This is a common sense already marked on us. No Man's Sky, Fallout 76, Cyberpunk 2077, Red Veil, Zoocosis, New World,
Diablo 4, Starfield, Concord, Infestation Survivor Stories, Warcraft 3 Battlefield 2042, Gollum Game 4, and Duke Nukem Forever Serious Sam.
All of those games that teach us one thing: stop pre-purchasing or buying day one games. So what's wrong with this comment that I feel like encapsulates everything? I feel like this kind of thinking just makes the problem worse. I feel like you're not trying to improve the situation at all. You're just kind of settling into it, like, oh yeah, well, what can we do nowadays? You just can't trust the game companies anymore, and just you should know better than to buy the game when you see it. I should know better than to like see a game in the like Steam on any kind of store and be like, well, I kind of like that game, maybe that game's cool, and actually buy it and play for myself. How is it the norm that nowadays when I want to buy a game, I have to like Google it and see like different opinions and go through reviews and go through articles and watch drama videos and research the developers and research the company? Like, I like the game, I saw a trailer, I want to buy it, it's available, it's there. Like, let's not even talk about the pricing of the games, because that is crazy nowadays. But let's just say that I saw the new Doom game, which is fucking awesome. I want to play it. Click, buy it. The game doesn't run. I can't complain. Same thing with Zoocosis. I've been following the development of this game for years. I want to play it. I want to see it. It's an early access. That's the kind of game that I would maybe not wait. I want to see how it looks in early access to see how much better it gets when it's got the full release. And I buy the early access version of the game. And the early access version just does not run. I have a full live stream and video on it, and I was really disappointed. And I have the right to be. I'm sorry if you think I don't, but you're wrong. I'm gonna bring up the review bombs from Helldivers 2 again, because when I did, a lot of people were pissed about that, because a lot of people don't agree that review bombs are a good method of feedback. But when Sony and PlayStation and all that kind of bullshit with the accounts and the restrictions and stuff, so many players were upset, and they went there and they gave the game terrible reviews. And then what happened? They rolled back their decision, and now things are better than they were before. Or at least the bad decisions, the bad measures that they were to take were not taken because people complained. I'm sorry if I sound crazy or I sound angry. I'm just really fed up with the situation. Honestly, I feel like everybody should be angry at the companies for doing bad products instead of being angry at each other. I'm just tired of feeling like people are just wanting to accommodate to a situation of like, oh, well, if you bought the game and it doesn't work, you should have known better. we all know that nowadays, if you pay like $70 for a game, you shouldn't expect it to be able to play it. Like, what? Like, am I in the wrong here? I don't know where this video is going, to be honest. I just really wanted to vent about this. Once again, I just feel like people are fighting each other instead of actually focusing on the problem. And if we keep arguing with people that are like simping for AAA companies that do not care about them and just want their money and just want to explore them, I think we're just gonna lose time and get like ourselves deeper into the problem, like worse and worse. So if you're arguing with people in the comments because you think that you should defend Sony or Nintendo for some reason, just know that you've lost the plot. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. They don't need you to argue in their favor. They don't really care about you. If you don't buy their games, you don't even exist for them. And if you buy their games, they don't care if you like it or not. You just gave them money and that's what matters. And they'll keep giving us broken games. So the best thing you could do with your time is to not defend that kind of shady stuff. And the fact that what made me so angry about the whole Sukosa situation that made me make that video is the fact that it used to be just the bigger companies that would make that kind of scam of like, oh, just grabbing your money and giving you like a halfway not done broken product. And it started bleeding into the indie game sphere. So now indie developers and like indie games are starting to go through that scammy pipeline as well. And that really pisses me off. That's why Zukosis was like a biggest disappointment for me. If it was another like AAA game, I couldn't give a shit. I was like, yeah, they always do that. It sucks. Just don't buy their games or just leave a bad review. And that's all we can do to maybe have them avoid the situation next time. But when it starts bleeding into the indie sphere, people start trying to get smart with it, and there are a lot of like games that are basically just a scam. I'm not talking about like specifically Zukosis. Zukosis is actually a game that had a lot of difficulties at launch and it was really bad and stuff. But there are a lot of ill-intentioned people that will just make a couple of trailers using Unreal 5 and get people hyped for a game, and then like an indie game, and then the release is like a really shitty game that they charge a lot of money and just run for it and never patch it. So it just encourages that kind of behavior in the indie sphere as well, and that's what worries me a lot, because the AAA big companies already caught onto that and already do it all the time, and it gets them a lot of money, so they're gonna keep doing it. And if you defend it, you're just dumb. I'm sorry. The least you can do is just like, I don't know, give feedback, or not try to shut people that are giving feedback up, just not fight them in reviews and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I wanted to give like a really like hopeful, I don't know, wholesome ending to this video, but I'm just angry, and I just wanted to vent about it. Check out my other videos if you agree with me, or argue with me in the comments as well. I don't know. I'm fine with arguing if you disagree with me as well. I answer every single comment and I appreciate every single one. And thank you so much for watching. That was about it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.